first thing Paul shows us, he shows us the open invitation. Look what the text says. He says, if any man. If any man, he shows us the open invitation. 69 times God gives us an open invitation in the word. The word if is on the condition that. He says, if any man, it doesn't matter if you're black or white, fat, skinny, tall, short, poor, rich, who, any man. The word man in the Greek means whoever or whatever. Whoever you are and whatever you have, whatever your condition is, if any man. Who, it doesn't matter if your ethnic group, your background, where you come from. He says, if any man. Any man. He said, if any man, any man. It doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter who you are, who your parents are, who your grandparents are. It does not matter. He said, if any man. And today I want to appeal to you, my brothers and sisters, that Christ is giving you an open invitation today that you can come if any man. If any man. He says in Jeremiah 31 and 22, how long wilt thou go about, old backsliding daughter? For the Lord has created a new thing in the earth. And a woman shall compass a man. Any man, not only does he give us the open invitation, but then we always see the requirements. He says, if any man be in Christ. Oh yeah, there's a requirement here. He said that you must be in Christ. In order to move from the then and now, you must be in Christ. Philippians 2 and 5 says, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. And I come to tell you, my brothers and sisters, that you can't be in Christ and stay the same. Oh yeah, it's a difference in knowing Christ and being in Christ. I don't have the time to lecture on that, but I want to tell you it's a difference in being in Christ. A lot of us are of knowing of Christ because grandma told us of Christ, but when you know Christ, you are in Christ. Yeah, in being in Christ is having a personal relationship with him. But knowing of Christ is knowing him because of what somebody else told you. Yeah, and so he see in the text, he says that you must be in Christ. And anytime there's an encounter with Christ, you won't be the same. Look at the man that came with the withered hand. He had an encounter with Jesus. Look at the woman that had an issue of blood. She had an encounter with Jesus. And I can look around the room and see some of us have had an encounter with Jesus. And some of the things that we used to do, we don't do no more because I had an encounter with Jesus. Yeah, I hear somebody say that I looked at my hands and my hands looked new. I looked at my feet and they did too. When you have an encounter with Jesus, your walk changed, your talk changed. You don't look at things like you used to, but you have an encounter with Jesus. To move from the then and now, there's the requirement that you must be in Christ. And not knowing of Christ. But my third point here, we see the moment of transfiguration. The moment of transfiguration, he shows us in the text. He said, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. But that's not the point. I like that, but that's good. But you got to read that clause after that. Old things. All things have passed away. Oh, yeah. He says that all things, the word things in the Greek means that it has from the beginning. And so what he's saying is, in the text, he said, all things, which he was saying was, all the things from the beginning of time up to this point has to change. Yes, sir. Yeah, he was saying in the text that even from the things of your then to get to now, everything got to change. That's why David says in Psalm 51 and 10, he said, create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew the right spirit in me. And can I tell you, my brothers and sisters, all things I have to pass away. I was sitting the other day, and I was asking Paul, why didn't you use the word, it must die? And being in a funeral home and working, and when somebody has died, we try to be nice about it. Instead of saying, do you know that sister or brother such and such died, we use the word, they passed away. So I said, why, Paul, why didn't you use die? He said, because I wanted to get on your terminology so you will understand that everything that's in your life that's not right, it got to pass away. And so the word pass means to transition. In order for you to get from then to now, some things got to die.